Name ist Stefan Kocher.
Zusammenfassung vorab, a summary in advance. Böse Taten sind nie primäre Handlungen, sondern drogenähnliche Folgen unverdauter Schmerzen im Herzen. Schlechte Taten zu rügen ist eine Form von Schattenboxen. Man muss die Wunden des Herzens heilen und nicht die Sünde als Tat, das Böse, rügen. Dann verliert das Üble seine Anziehungskraft. Herzliches Rügen, konstruktives Rügen, damit Einsicht gedeihen kann, ist natürlich etwas anderes. A summary in advance. Evil deeds are never primary acts, but drug-like consequences of undigested pains in the heart. Reprimanding bad deeds is often a form of shadowboxing. One must heal the wounds of the heart and not reprimand the sin as an act, the evil. Then the evil loses its attractions. Warm complaints, constructive complaints, so that insight can flourish, is of course something else.
Sed Caesari futura cedes, evidentibus prodigiis denuntiata est, spurinamque irridens, et ut falsum arguens, quod sine ulla sua noxa idus martie adessent, quamquam is venisse, quide meas dicret, sed non preterisse. Les fleurs du mal suçant le liquide dans un jardin voisin bien humide ont des racines assez longues pénétrant un fond profond. Ayant coupé la racine dans une cité peu voisine, l'odeur mal va dépasser, n'ayant cessé le couper. Et je coupe sous la base, la mettant dans une vase, bien sucrée, mais mon oreille caressée et bien aimée. L'odeur mal va dépasser, ayant même la estimée. Oui, l'odeur mal va dépasser, n'ayant cessé la aimer. La chasse, le chassé bouc émissaire, appelé malin, à quoi ça sert, si t'es même par chantier glaire? C'est une idée du désert. Une strophe de plus, changée d'une strophe d'une vieille version. Subdéraciné, l'invisible inaccessible, une œuvre d'être très sensible, un travail détraqué par des fleurs honorées, bien connues et adorées. Philosophie, dass einer immer wachsam ist, in seinen kleinen und kleinsten Handlungen. Er schläft nicht, damit ihm nichts Widriges zustößt und damit er die Ursachen des Übels abschneiden kann, noch ehe es erscheint. Und er so um kleiner Dinge willen nur geringe Trauer erleiden muss. Denn indem er dem Größeren zuvorkommt, löst er es auf. Daher sagt jeder Weise, sei wachsam und aufmerksam über dein Leben, denn der Schlaf ist ein Verwandter und ein Abbild des wahren Todes. Wenn einer im Kleinen nachlässig ist, darf man nicht glauben, dass er im Großen treu ist.
Darin besteht nämlich die Weisheitsliebe. Dass einer immer wachsam ist.
Je crois que chaque grand événement a une gêne de causalité avant, appelée ici les racines des Fleurs. Entdeckte man in einem Monument, das für das Grabmal des Kapis, des Gründers von Capo, galt, eine eherne Tafel mit griechischer Schrift und Sprache des Inhalts: Wenn die Gebeine des Kapis ans Licht gekommen sein würden, werde ein Sprosse des Julius von der Hand seiner Blutverwandten getötet, sein Tod aber bald durch schreckliche Heimsuchungen Italiens gerächt werden. Niemand darf diese Tatsache für fabelhaft oder erdichtet halten. Es bezeugt sie Cornelius Balbus, Caesars vertrautester Freund. Wenige Tage vor seinem Ende berichtete man ihm, dass die Rosse, welche er beim Übergange über den Rubikon den Göttern geweiht und ohne Hüter frei hatte laufen lassen, durchaus nicht mehr fressen wollten und häufige Tränen vergossen. Beim Verrichten eines Opfers erteilte ihm der Opferschauer Spurina die Warnung, er möge sich vor einer Gefahr hüten, die nicht länger als bis zu den Iden des März ausbleiben werde. Am Tage aber vor diesen Iden des März sah man eine Vögelschar vor dem nahegelegenen Haine einen Zaunkönig, der mit einem Lorbeerzweiglein in die pompeianische Kurie flog, verfolgen und daselbst zerreißen. Keine glücklichen Vorzeichen gaben, ging er ohne Rücksicht über diese religiösen Bedenklichkeiten in die Kurie. Dort sah er Spurina und bemerkte ihm mit spottendem Lächeln, ihn als falschen Propheten zu bezeichnen. Des Märzen Idus sind ja ohne Unglück gekommen, worauf er warnend erwiderte, gekommen sind sie, aber noch nicht vorüber. Sed Caesari futura cedes, evidentibus prodigiis denuntiata est, spurinamque irridens, edut falsum arguens, quod sine ulla sua noxa idus martie adessent, quamquam is venisse, quide meas diceret, sed non preterisse.
über die Klarheit des Geistes. Ein Geist, der den Geist schaut, wird anders geformt und auf andere Weise geordnet, als jener, der nur das Wort des Geistes betrachtet. Also sprachen im Kapitel 64 von 100 Kallistos und Ignatius Mönche im Kloster Xanthopoulos bei Konstantinopel. Why a blissful being cannot do evil things. This is very precious to be understood, even if there are not so many blissful people. A truly blissful person has a pure heart. What is a pure heart? If one speaks about something important, one should define the things. So let me define a pure heart. A pure heart, I say, is a heart whose old wounds are all healed. There are others. They define the pure heart by actions. But the people that watch them doing usually are not pure-hearted people. They may understand. And there are people that do with intention such kind of good things, the normal person will interpret as good. But his heart is not fully cured from past wounds. When now somebody is doing evil to you, or better said, if something is done and you interpret it as evil, perhaps from his side or her side, it is not at all evil, but for you it looks like this. Then there is a corresponding wound in the heart, and this is stitched like a needle going in this wound. This is painful. Then you say the other is responsible. In German it is Sündenbock. Now when all these wounds are healed, there is a story of Gautama Buddha. Somebody did spit in his face. He said, I will come back later. I will answer in the evening, or something like this. The wounds are healed. He has no interest to fight. Fight always only comes because of wounds in the heart. Nobody can do a sin in the sense of the Catholics when the heart is healed. Now let me give an example where a wise one did give an advice that does not look good, but was best. There was a man in Tibet, heavily sick. He went to the doctor and the doctor said, 3 months you can still live, then you have to die. So he went to another, the same thing, the same thing. Then finally he decided to go to a wise one with a pure heart, a blissful man. And the answer of this blissful man was, they are absolutely right. You will die in 3 months. But now do the right thing. Do not cling to your apartment. You have to lose it, to leave it forever. Go just now to the graveyard and do not eat too much. Now many people will say, but this is not an act of charity, such advice. You could give him a better bed, a better apartment, agreeable life this last 3 months. You will see, he was right. Then the blissful man said to him, and now on the graveyard you do the following exercise. When you breathe in, you imagine that you take all pains of your friends in you. When you exhale, you send all best wishes you have, all your prayers, everything good you send to them. And the story is that after 1 month he turned back home with full health. This story I did read, it is certainly true, in a book of Geshe Kelsang Gyatso Rinpoche. Though you see the compassion of Buddhists is often a far distance. It is not the usual Christian charity. One helps and one can see immediately it is not bad, it's good. But the Buddhist compassion is mostly far looking. Though you have an example of a pure-hearted wise one who gave an advice, many people will say a bad man this. But you see, the ill man went home fully cured. Now, I hope I could explain clearly. A blissful being has no wounds anymore in the heart that could be the cause of doing something bad. Though you can understand now all bad things are caused by wounds in the heart. So it is important to cure them. If you fight against the evil act, this is shadow boxing. It does not help anything. If a smoker is not so bad, but bad enough, you can make that he stops smoking, then perhaps he start eating chocolate too much or any other things. So I hope I could explain myself very good. Grow towards more and more purity of the heart. Grow towards more and more healed heart. Then one day, it is an eternal law, eternally, given whatever name you want to give, Heavenly Father that lives in the ultimate realms of ultimate bliss, Heavenly Father lives, or you just say God will give you a blissful life. The first blissfulness one can have is when the heart is going over itself. Then it is no more a feeling heart, but a state of consciousness. It is a heart like a cloud, like a sea. Large it goes out in the space. Then there are higher possibilities, an endless growing from blissfulness to blissfulness. The more happy, even if a person is happy, he has a good family. He is happy with his wife. He is happy with his children. Sometimes perhaps something is not good, but he will not really do evil things. Even then, when a heartful person is happy, even then, it is almost impossible that you will make a bank robbery. It's almost impossible that he will throw down an old mother the staircase to get 20 francs from the money bag. I hope I could contribute to the understanding of evil doing caused by wounds, sometimes by very deep wounds. There is a Hindu proverb that says, "Do not love the other because of his acts, especially when the acts are terrible, but love the depths of his heart." As Ezekiel says, there are hidden treasures of burning love. This one who was a bank thief, he certainly has not found these hidden treasures of burning love. He has not found this. Otherwise, he says, "My heart is full of gold." I do not need the gold frenelly and the Napoleons. I do not need them. My heart is full of gold. Thanks for listening. Des Herzens Achtsamkeit von manchem Leid befreit.